Welcome. My name is Bill Greenwell, and I'm with Prime Hitting and Diamond Pros. Today we're going to talk about the differences between hitting high pitches versus low pitches. Now, I talk a lot about staying tall on the backside, which is essentially making sure that this back shoulder isn't dipping back here. We want to try to take our back shoulder and take it to the height of the baseball. So essentially, if we're hitting a pitch that's up in the zone, we want to make sure that this back shoulder is coming forward. So there's not a lot of tilt. We're fairly level here. So this is what's going to allow the bat to get a little bit flatter, which is what we need on a pitch up versus a pitch down where our back shoulder goes in a little bit. And it's a big difference between going back for the low pitch and going in for the low pitch. All right? Because both of these swings are essentially from high pitches and low pitches. They're pretty much the same. It's just the angle of approach that we take, high versus low. All right, so we're not going to stay tall on the backside for the high pitch and then stay tall for the low pitch and then change our swing path. All right, we have to remain consistent in our path to the ball. That's really what's going to promote the most success as a hitter. Anytime someone's struggling with their swing, the first place major leaguers look at is their swing path. What can I do to shorten it up? What can I do to be quicker? So, getting back to high pitches, again, if we are taking our back shoulder and going down like we would for a low pitch, what's going to end up happening is we're going to be down here, and then we're going to have to try to meet that ball on the way up, which is probably not going to lead to a whole lot of success. We want to always try to keep our hands above the baseball at all times. Even when you happen to pop up a pitch, your hands should still be above the baseball. All right? We don't want to try to let the angle of the bat go higher than where your hands are at. So hands are always above the baseball. So we'll try to stay tall on a pitch that's up in the zone. Back shoulder, notice it's going towards the pitcher. It's not going back here at all. Staying tall through the zone. Now, again, if we're talking about a pitch that's down in the zone, we can't just stay tall because then we're going to end up chopping at it. We don't want to chop action. We want to get that barrel on plane, which is forward against the grain from where the ball is coming from. So instead of dropping the back shoulder, like we talked about not wanting to do, we don't want to do that. That's too long because if we happen to get a pitch up in the zone, we're not going to be able to get to it. So that's too much of a change in path. Now you'll notice on this swing, our back shoulder goes a little bit more in towards the plate, which is what's going to allow us to have the same swing path as we would on a pitch up. The angle just changes. High pitch, low pitch. That's the main difference between hitting pitches up and down in the zone. So we'll try to get that back shoulder going in towards the plate on this swing. So you'll notice my balance is a little bit more centered towards the plate because pitches that are down in the zone are actually a little bit further away from you than pitches are that are up. Okay? So if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. And as always, see you at the yard.